conference gets underway today. The conference ends on Sunday. Incumbent chairperson Stanley Mathabatha will contest the position against ANC PEC member Dickson Masemola. ANC spokesperson Pule Mabe is briefing the media.
Well, even in Eguruleni and in all other regions and provinces where conferences are taking place, we always ensure that we do what is called pre-registration. Because we are learning a lot of new lessons out of the previous manual membership system that we were using. Every time, CD, when we conclude a conference, we do an analysis to check what would have been the challenges arising out of that conference and what is it that we need to do differently. So it may well be that by the time we are sitting the conference of Limpopo, we have gathered sufficient experience and knowledge on the things that we need to do and isolate, especially those things that might actually make it difficult for us to proceed in a much more efficient manner.
Yeah, but also matters of security. Remember, security is a science. So normally what happens is the security cluster will sit and make their own assessment of what are the security requirements, the mood in the area, and so on, and then decide where to place the security level. So that's a detail that we can't
we can't really share here with the media. But what I wanted to just assure CD and the rest of the people of South Africa watching here is that there's not going to be any violence. So that's what we are trying to make people understand out there, that there's not going to be any violence in this conference. We're expecting that peace is going to reign in this conference. We had asked about Waterberg. Well, and I'm sure you are asking this question because the mandate or the term of office of the REC would have lapsed. So the Provincial Executive Committee that is sitting now is seized with those matters. The briefing that we'll have after this will effectively be able to provide more clarity there. But the delegates of Waterberg have been duly registered, accredited, they will be participating in this conference. So it means that because, Khotazo, one thing you must understand is that this is a conference of branch delegates. 90% of those who constitute conferences of the African National Congress are delegates from branches. So, udula conference ya ANC, even if you don't have a regional leadership, you come from a branch, the basic unit of the African National Congress, you will still be allowed to participate in conference. And that is one thing that we must appreciate. Okay, comrades, CD asked the delegates, the guy. Delegates are here.
Where?
No, where they are supposed to be. At the conference. Well, but I get it, Keith Talusi, security science, but then Chagi science. They are busy.
It's taking long.
No, but I'm not sure why you are worried, because you are not a delegate. You are here to cover conference. Why are you worried? Our delegates are not worried. Our delegates are not worried. They are coming in, and we have to make sure that it is people who are duly accredited, who come from regions, verified to be inside the conference venue. So, allow us to the African National Congress.
I think to emphasize the point.
That's the question.
When is the conference going to start? Actually, this briefing is part of the program of conference.
The formal opening of the program. What time is the Treasurer General addressing?
Okay, that's fine. Let's answer that. The PEC is sitting now to finalize. So what would have delayed us is the issues I raised earlier, that we had a PEC yesterday, dealt with issues, agreed on matters that needed to be tightened in the organizational report, and then took a decision that this morning we'll need to have again a PEC to finalize and have the Provincial Executive Committee adopt that report. You see, before you start conference, it is tradition and practice in the African National Congress that before conference start, reports that goes to that conference must have been adopted by the structure. If it's in a region, before you sit a regional conference, you need those reports tabled before the REC, adopted by that REC. Because a PEC or a provincial conference is convened by the collective of the Provincial Executive Committee. When reports are presented, whether it's the chairperson's or political report or it's the secretary's report, those reports are a reflection of the work of the Provincial Executive Committee over their term of office. So we know that there might have been delays, but these delays were caused by these organizational matters that needed to be dealt with. It has got nothing to do with conference being disrupted or not proceeding. Conference will proceed. When the PEC concludes, we proceed with conference. I'm sure that assists you.
Sorry, but I'm behind from my witness. That's 6 years ago, sorry.
It's okay, Brad, we welcome you back.
It tells where your heart is.
We're welcome you back.
Fahad, you can go ahead.
Yes. Does this now mean that you concede that there has been challenges for you to start the conference on time? That includes your science of security that now delegates have to go through, because what we were told throughout the week was that you will begin at 10 o'clock. So are you confirming that the science of security that you are dealing with currently is also part of the delay, while on the other side, the organizational report and the political report are still being inputted right now?
I think let's say that it was unforeseen that there might be a delay. Normally you set a program, put time and agree how you're going to run a conference. But due to refinement of planning, it has caused a delay, but it shouldn't be that much of a delay. We want to believe that as soon as the PEC concludes its meeting, by then the delegates would have arrived. Somebody's coordinating transport for delegates from different regions, and I'm sure they will ensure that by that time the conference will start, albeit slightly late.
Yes, I think Keith has dealt with that issue. Maybe what we need to remove from your question is conceit. What just took a bit of time was because we had taken certain decisions yesterday, which is what Keith had said now.
It was unforeseen.
It was unforeseen.
Maybe cliches and talks of English, but I take it.
So you agree with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, maybe we should agree that let's wait for the next briefing, which will be a bit more detailed in terms of the outcome of the discussions. And some of the questions that we might have might be answered during that session.
Yes, especially what you are raising on your water bag and Mara conference. I think that's what we need to just emphasize. No, Keith, it's important to emphasize this because you see, not everyone from media houses comes to ANC conferences for the same intention. Others are coming here to come and observe ANC conferences collapsing.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
So it's important that we try and push that narrative that the conference is proceeding. I mean, we tend to see the reports sometimes suggesting that this or that ANC conference might be heading for a collapse. We are doing everything as the National Executive Committee of the ANC to make sure that under our term there is no conference of the ANC that collapses. No way.
Thank you.
You saw the Eastern Cape went on. Keith, this is my briefing. The Eastern Cape, the Eastern Cape conference went on. There was no challenge. The Mpumalanga conference went on. There was no challenge. All conferences of regions in KZN went on. There was no challenge. So
So, I'm Wanda from Sunday Times. So, in terms of the delays now, we were told yesterday by the provincial officials that voting will happen today, probably we'll have the results of the officials by tomorrow morning. Is there likelihood that may change in terms of the voting of the officials by tomorrow morning?
Nastasia will have your markets news after a short break.